A billion-dollar corporate empire believed it could steal the land, erase history, and bottle a family's soul for pure profit. The ruthless CEO thought he had destroyed the last drop of hope of a young winemaker. He just had no idea that her revenge was quietly aging in the dark. Have you ever seen someone who thinks they are untouchable lose everything slowly, swallowed by their own arrogance? Leave your opinion in the comments. I read every single one. Now, watch what happens when greed tries to poison true art. In the world of high viticulture, time is not measured in hours, but in seasons, patience, and pain. For Clara, the Arthur's Valley Winery was never just a business. It was her family's blood. The heart of the property was Lot 0, a row of centennial vines planted by her great-grandparents. But the fertile land also knew sorrow. 3 years ago, Clara's mother passed away suddenly. Her absence silenced the joy of the old wooden house and broke the heart of Clara's father, Arthur, turning his grief into severe heart failure. Even confined to a wheelchair, struggling to breathe, Arthur demanded to be taken to the dark soil fields every morning. He was the master of those roots.
Feel the earth with your bare hands, Clara. Never use gloves. Rushing and desperation only make juice. Pain, patience, and memory. That is what makes wine. Your mother planted these roots. As long as they breathe, we breathe.
I feel the earth, Dad, but it doesn't pay for your medicine. The bank called again this morning. If we don't pay the mortgage and the surgeries, I am so afraid we are going to lose everything.
Clara's despair was justified. Financial reality forgave no feelings, and the land was one step away from going to auction. The corporate world smells desperation. The apparent salvation arrived with Richard, the arrogant CEO of a mega distributor. He stepped out of his luxury car, stepping into the mud with Italian shoes, and placed a contract on the table. He would buy the property and take over the medical debts. In exchange, Clara and her father would lose ownership of everything, but she would remain as a salaried head of production. With no other choice, Clara signed. The next day, industrial trucks invaded the field.
Enough with the agricultural romanticism, Clara. The market wants volume. Pour in the chemical preservatives, the synthetic dye, and double the amount of water. We are going to triple the yield of this harvest by Friday.
That night, on the front porch, Clara cried in silence.
He is killing our history, Dad. And I signed the paper allowing it. I handed our legacy over to a monster.
Let him play with his poisons. An empire built on mud collapses with the first rain. Our knowledge is in our hands, not in his steel tanks. Keep your head high, Clara.
Months passed, and the synthetic wine flooded the supermarkets. Blinded by greed, Richard analyzed the spreadsheets and noticed that Lot 0, the centennial vines, produced very few grapes. His decision was ruthless. The next morning, tractors would tear out Clara's mother's vines to make way for a chemical storage warehouse. That very same night, under a torrential storm, Clara and Arthur went to the field. Braving the mud, they harvested the last sacred grapes, illuminated only by flashlights. They locked themselves in an underground stone cellar. Arthur guided his daughter through the purest process of maceration.
Close your eyes, Clara. Think of your mother's strength. Transfer that soul into the wood.
It's our last barrel, Dad. If this doesn't work, there will be nothing left of us in this world.
The land never lies to those who care for it. Trust it. I know you are capable, and I will always believe in you, my daughter.
After a long, exhausting, but rewarding night of work on this harvest, they sealed the barrel in the darkness. The next morning, Richard's tractors destroyed the roots, but the family's legacy was safe in the dark, fermenting in silence. Weeks later, with the machinery fully automated, Richard called Clara into the office.
You are of no use to my brand anymore. Clean out your locker, Clara. You and the old man have 2 hours to get off my property.
Expelled from her home, Clara started wiping tables at a cheap diner to survive. It was at the end of an exhausting shift that Arthur revealed his grand strategy.
Did you think I taught you how to endure storms just to give up now? I knew Richard would betray us. That barrel we hid, I bottled it, and I entered it into the Golden Chalice competition.
Golden Chalice? What is that?
It is a competition that defines the absolute best wine in the country. Besides a massive sponsorship, the winning brand gains recognition and immense prestige. Richard is going to participate, and I know we can beat that loveless wine he produces.
But, Dad, how did you manage this? What if Richard finds out?
A few of my old contacts helped me. And don't worry, Richard won't find out a thing. I registered the bottle under your mother's maiden name. Go there, Clara. Show 'em what our blood is made of.
The gala hall of the competition was lined with bespoke-suited executives. Richard was about to launch his wine to attract investors. Clara entered wearing a simple thrift store dress, holding the bottle with a custom label designed by herself, bearing the name Hope, representing the hope of Clara and her father. When Richard saw her, he walked over with a venomous smile.
Is the waitresses' union on strike? Why don't you hand me that little bottle of vinegar of yours, Clara, and go back to the counter of your diner?
True wine doesn't need an expensive suit to be noticed, Richard. It only needs time. And your time is up.
On the stage, Thomas, the most feared critic on the continent, began the blind tasting. The first glass was Richard's corporate wine. Thomas smelled it, took a sip, and spat it into the silver bucket with disgust.
This is an offense to the palate. Dyes, additives, and a rushed process. This is not a wine. It is a synthetic syrup bottled by accountants. A chemical fraud.
Richard went pale. A murmur of shock washed over the investors. Next, the sommelier tasted Clara's Hope wine. He silenced the hall. He closed his eyes, tearing up with emotion.
My God, there are tears, patience, and love in this wood. It is the greatest masterpiece I have tasted in my life. Who is the master behind this brilliance?
It was me. My father helped me. We named it Hope because it represents our hope for a better life. And it proves that true innovation in winemaking comes from the heart, not from machines.
The humiliation at the gala was just the first domino to fall. Richard's ruin was not an explosion, but a slow, agonizing drowning. The next morning, Thomas's brutal review was in every specialized magazine.
Word of mouth in the market was relentless. Slowly, supermarkets and sellers began to cancel their contracts. Stocks of Richard's synthetic fraud began to mold in the warehouses. Watching the spreadsheets bleed month after month, the international investors pulled out one by one. It took less than a year for the money to completely dry up. The once powerful CEO had to declare absolute bankruptcy, losing his cars, his properties, and his dignity.
Clara, on the other hand, won the $1 million prize and secured lifelong contracts with Michelin star restaurants. She entered the auction of Richard's bankrupt estate and bought her family's winery back. On her first day back home, the late afternoon sun illuminated the cleared land. Arthur, in his wheelchair, held Clara's hand.
They tore the roots from the earth, my daughter, but they could never tear out ours. I told you I would always believe in you.
We did it, Dad. We brought our history back home. And now, no one, ever again, will erase our name.
Machines can automate profit, but the soul and the legacy, those will belong forever to the people who are not afraid to get their hands dirty.
And you, what would you do in Clara's place? Would you have the same patience to endure the humiliation and plan such a perfect response? Or would desperation make you act prematurely? Leave your opinion in the comments below. And if you believe that truth and hard work always defeat greed, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Great roots survive the worst storms.